You know, a scary thought. I'm sure since the news bite has, I'm really enjoying my um, 62-inch TV. I know you can't see it. I'm not really a photographer, but nevertheless, there's things that keep me out of jail. It keeps me being quote unquote law abiding citizen for 4 years here in Phoenix, Arizona. I paid my dues to the community by buying $2,700 couches from Conn's Furniture, by paying my rent for 4 years at $714. Now it's $850. Never missing a bill. Being on drugs, on and off drugs, because it's part of my life, just like it is with many of you, if you don't want to admit it or not. But I was thinking about something. That thing with the vice president coming to the game with his son and leaving out. What effect did that have on the players itself? I think it had a lot to do with the way things are now and will be in the future. If you want to ask me, I think it broke the players' heart, and games will never be the same again. What if they say, okay, from now on, we're going to get them all the way up to the Super Bowl. That's this little thing I made in the background. I bought at Fry's store, and I painted it. I am truly an artist. Nobody has to tell me. I don't care if you think so or not. I can take something and change it from one thing to another, and never, ever can be duplicated. I don't care how long you look at it or what paint you have. You never will be good as me. And it is just something I did to this whole apartment, spending $700 to buy the best glossy white paint. And the landlord told me, and he tells me quite often, you have the best apartment here in my complex, which used to be called Crest Apartments. Well, he didn't have to tell me that. I know it. All the CDs that I bought over the time are up on the wall. The table I built at a 90-degree angle that fits the corner. The surround sounds that I have for my 62-inch, 65-inch TV. Looks small on my camera. Different ideas that I had. Just recently, the rug was so old, 4 years old, and so he put this linoleum in, which is a lot more easier to clean, and apartment smells better. Should people have, I've been here 4 years and I've seen 2 people die in their apartments. One was really horrific for me. A lady just had paid her rent around August, and nobody checked on her. I guess the air conditioning before she died, she must have turned it off. So she stayed in that apartment until she melted down into the furniture. Nobody checked on her. No loved ones loved her, I guess. Maybe she was getting away from an abusive relationship. So nevertheless, nobody checked on her until it was time to pay the rent. Isn't that something? Probably the same thing would happen to me. I have to stop getting out of contact with my family and talk to them every now and then. I've been thinking lately of giving my brother my landlord's number. And when he worries about me, I only have 2 brothers left in Chicago, to call him. Don't hold no long conversation. Just ask, is Leonarde alive? Is he okay? And for him not to give a long explanation either. To tell him, yeah, he's all right. And that's it. Because for a person to sit on their couch and the TV watches them while they're dead for a whole month, in the month of August, where they melt down into the couch, where they take so long to clean out that apartment, throwing everything out the back window into a dumpster, and renting the apartment, painting it, and redoing it, for people never to know how people died so horribly, is amazing to me. It's amazing to me. Just the apartment next door to me. These people must have been the nastiest people in the world, because they're still working on their apartment, and this apartment's been vacant for about 3 months. So what's been going on over there? Wow. He was a vet, lucky enough to get a house. I don't know if he was that. Shit, I was here before him, and I didn't see him being treated so harshly, where he just left the apartment all dirty and did something to it. I don't know if it was black mold in there. It kind of seems like it to me. There's probably some in here too. Because for them to take so much time, I mean, they're still working on the damn apartment unless they're spying on me. What's going on? True enough, he changed the name of the complex, and he said that he's going to try to get $1,000 per apartment. It was my idea to go from $714 to $850. If you just come in here and change this damn front carpet, get this shit out of here. And what I did, I cut it up myself, rolled it out the door myself, because I wanted this shit out of here. And they put the linoleum in, and it's got a big ass bubble over there by that blue light lamp. But I just left it alone. If I had my choice when I knew about the linoleum, I would have bought that myself by little sections, almost 12 by 12, 13 by 13, or 14 or 15 by 15 squares, and got the good shit. Look, this is not my, I don't own this, but I deserve to live like a decent human being, so if I have to do it myself, I will. I feel like if you're in anybody's apartment for 3 or 4 years, you have to take care of for your own health and well-being. You can't be envious or try to treat the man's property like the majority of the people do. You know, it is the stupidest thing that I see when you're living somewhere, you live less than a human being. You're tearing up the apartment. You leaving shit dirty. You got roaches living with roaches, and despite the nose on your face, you feel justified and by paying him that rent, and most of you don't even pay him. The government pays him, and you feel justified by tearing up his property, and at the same time, your health and your character is fucked up. And I want to say something about these damn dope dealers too. They have their place in our society. Dope is a part of me. You know, it has been for 30 years. You know, I've been to long-term rehabs for a year at a time. Very few people can say that. Very few people can say that they got a year clean in a facility that nobody was holding you in there. I wasn't incarcerated. I wasn't court mandated to go there. I went there not on my own, but one I did was Toma VA because I had no other way to deal with it. It turned out to be the best decision in my life. I went somewhere where people treated people as people. In a place where there wasn't a lot of blacks, I had to go a long ways away from the prejudice state. But it's kind of amazing. I went as far as Oshkosh, Wisconsin. The VA paid for 24-day program after I relapsed again. $30,000. That's what they get money for special situations like that. You'll never hear about that in Phoenix. That money's already in the community's pocket. I can prove it. Who gives a director of a hospital a brand new car, Beyonce tickets, and we still don't know what a stolen art is? How many malpractice suits are given in a VA? And you find out that Phoenix VA has probably the highest rate. How many VAs will tell you if you have a malpractice against a doctor, you might lose your service connected, though it wasn't given here. It was given in 2008 to me. Think about it. Thank you.